right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Hope everybody had a good week and is having a good weekend. We have the usual suspects on with us again this evening. We have Ed, Gabe, Mark, and Hotfix. If you guys want to say hello to everybody, say hello. We'll give everybody a couple more minutes to join.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Howdy, howdy.
And last but not least, hey guys.
And you're always late.
I am always late. You're not wrong.
If there wasn't a last minute, nothing in my life would get done.
I know. I've just accepted that's part of having ADHD,
I think it's the old age.
Careful there, youngster. You're right behind me.
Yeah, I blame it on old age as well. At least in my part. Or laziness, because it's been that way since I was a kid.
They often mistook ADHD for laziness. And I had to catch myself with that with my own son who's got moderate ADHD. And it's like, he's not doing this on purpose. He can't help it all the time.
That's funny. All right, well, while we wait for everybody and get into the pictures, Ed, do you want to talk about what you found on the H2S or whatever on Reddit? It looks like that's like an actual thing, maybe coming out pretty soon. Yeah, is that what that article said? I briefly glanced over it.
Well, I think there was two things that came out. One is they came out with the H2D Pro.
I did see that. That is on their website.
Yeah, on the website, and then they say to buy it, you got to buy it through a third party. There's several companies that actually were selling the service of.
Yeah, it's like, well, remember, so what's weird is there's a little bit of a delay here, but whenever you hover over printers, it says for company and they have the X1E. So remember the X1E that had the RJ45 Ethernet connection and all of that. This one looks like the same thing, but it's not under that company thing. And it says it has WPA2 enterprise authentication and a tungsten carbide super durable nozzle. And that contact us.
Yeah. And they said you can get that, by the way. They're going to make that available for the H2D, but that
in the spare parts. Yeah, that was what stood out to me right away when I looked at this earlier, was the tungsten carbide super durable nozzle. That sounds like something I need to have.
Yeah, and it's also approaching the Prusa's XL price tag.
Yeah. The Pro, like the X1E, yeah, those were not ever geared towards consumers or even really prosumers, but
I think it's like 3,500.
Oh, yeah.
The H2D Pro.
Yeah, and the X1E was a lot more than the X1C too, this one. And this one's the same one. You have to contact them or whatever, secure network connection, all of that.
The thing that made me really do a double take on the X1E is you could get it came with a heated chamber, which the H2D does have. So, I'm not sure what the value proposition is outside of a business customer who needs maximum security. Like the DoD, I could see like going after a bunch of the Pro models.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, it's weird that it's listed under the H2D and not under the for company. But I imagine it'll move there eventually. But yeah, I did see this one, but I didn't see the H2S or whatever, which that one will be super interesting as well if that one comes out.
It looks like it's going to be in September. That's the rumor, that it's going to be dropped in September.
Well, it was caught in one of their maintenance manuals, so it must be real.
Correct. But there something came out, and I forwarded to Lenny, and I have to go back and look at it. I think it came out in Reddit. There's an announcement, and they say to keep an eye on it. I think, I read somewhere that somebody said it's supposed to come out in September, but not much more information other than keep your eye open for it. And there was a question asked, I think in Facebook in one of the group or in Reddit, where they say, "Is this coming out?" And it looked. Somebody answered that appeared to be from Bamboo. That yep, like they kind of confirmed that something is coming out. They didn't say much other than that. So I guess we'll have a version that
$12.99. Somebody $12.99 without AMS, $14.99 with AMS.
It's an X1C replacement.
I think it's just going to go with a single nozzle, but still have some of the benefits of the dual nozzle, like the heated chamber and the print volume and so forth, but you're not going to have that extra nozzle.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll have the A1. I think this person has a good take on it here.
I mean, if that happens, I might be inclined to purchase that one. As much as I like the H2D, I can't justify a mortgage payment for a printer.
Yeah, and if you already have a AMS, you can quickly put it on this H2S and not even have to get a new AMS, which makes it even more approachable.
And I've got two of those right now. I've got the one that came with my machine, and I bought a second
even
one.
More approachable for you, right? Like,
so,
especially without the AMS. If the without the AMS is $999, that's way more approachable than the $2,000 for the H2D.
I mean, you sit there and say, okay, I just go back to 4 colors, but I've got 2 machines that I can get stuff done with now.
Or when you need more than 4 colors, you just move the wires over to your H2S and go from there.
Let's be honest. You're going to end up buying a third AMS.
True.
Just to remind you guys, all the times you busted my balls about buying filament. Here you guys are like, I got printer number 14.
Well, you think about it, the original AMSs are probably going to drop in price at some point. So yeah, you could probably, if you don't want the heated chamber and the more powerful motors, you could actually pick up a couple of more AMSs.
Yeah,
you might be able to get some of them used on second market. Might be a lot cheaper.
I hope they come out with an AMS AMS2 non-pro, because I really don't like the fact that you can't heat while you print, especially when you can get like the Sunlu add-on, right? Or somebody else already had. So Sunlu is like the whole thing. There was another company that had they created 4 individual little filament heaters.
Yeah, it's EVOS or something like that. IDOS Tech. I've been getting it on Facebook advertisement. It hasn't been released yet. But it looks really cool actually.
I would much rather get an AMS2 non-pro because it feeds faster and the tubes are accessible, right? And get the Sunlu, because of course, hopefully at some point somebody goes, hey, you're being stupid, change the firmware, let us do that. But I don't know.
Supposedly they said that with software update that eventually they may allow you to be able to turn on the heater while you're printing. So we'll see. I mean, there is I have the AMSHT, and the HT goes up to 85, and I think I put some. I don't know if it was ABS that I was drying, or I think it was PC that I was drying. And after I finished drying, I wanted to go ahead and print immediately, and it wouldn't let me. It said it's too warm. We got to let it. They kind of said you got to let it cool down before they'll let me feed it through the printer. I think they're concerned that it'll get stuck. Oh, this is
it becomes too soft and.
Yeah, this is, by the way, in the last 2 weeks ago, they asked me. I forgot who was it that asked me.
It was me. Is this the can opener, bottle opener?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Now this is the second. The first one I printed in red, and I printed it with PLA. That's what the default sets for. But eventually the PLA and the first one that I printed cracked. It still works, but it cracked. I haven't tried to print it with any other material, but it's good. It's very good, actually. And it has several sizes, if you can see. It's several sizes. And you can actually, in your slicer, you can actually make it bigger if you need it. So this is good. This is actually pretty good, easy to use, grabs it well. I would recommend this one.
I really appreciate you following up on that. I just grabbed it, grabbed the link, threw it in chat, but I really appreciate that because my parents were just asking me for something like this. So this would be perfect. Appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
1 second. Welcome back to the stream, Tim, Del, and Justin. We haven't seen you for a while. Welcome back, Justin. And Justin, if you send in photos for the next stream, I'll send you a link to the team's chat so that you can talk with us live as well. We'd be happy to hear from you. And welcome into the chat, Dr. Doohickey, as well. And we'll get back to the photos from our good friend Ed. Yeah, this is good to for you to answer Hotfix's questions on that. Let's see what's next. You sent several pictures of this one. This one's super cool too. It turned out really awesome. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Which one is it? I'm not seeing anything yet.
It's the B2 bomber.
B2.
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing it in my screen here. Oh, why? Hold on. Okay.
Two minds think alike because I did a few of those.
Yeah, this was a friend of mine asked me if I could print it for him, and I found this on Maker's World, and I went ahead and printed it. The first version I printed it using matte PLA in black, and I didn't realize that matte PLA is great to remove the support afterwards, but it's very fragile. The print itself, and I didn't realize that part of the end of the tail came off, and you'll see it when it turns around here in a minute. So I had to print it again. This one's looking forward, but this one that is flipped, and you can see the tail, and you can see that it's missing part of the tail, so I have to print it again. And actually, the real color is supposed to be dark gray. And this is I think this, I'm not sure if this is in dark gray. It looks like dark gray, but it's supposed to be dark gray. Actually, it looks black, but it's dark gray.
Is that a silk that you use? Because it looks like it's really good and shiny.
No, it's not silk. It's the first one I used matte PLA. Then I printed in black, basic PLA, and then I printed in gray, dark gray PLA. You see that's a matte PLA, and it's missing the tail. You see the tail? And I didn't realize it when I took the support because it prints standing up like that. It took part of the tail. Then I looked at it. It looked strange, and I compared it to the original, and it was missing part of the tail. So I had to print it again. So I sent two versions of it. I sent it to Lenny, and hey, the first one, I'm gonna throw it away, which I did. Because it's missing part of the tail there in the middle. I don't know if you can see it.
All I see is a build plate and a stand. I don't see anything else.
Oh,
that was a stealth joke. Okay, never mind.
I said, my streaming is really slow. I got a problem with my streaming. I'm not seeing that picture. What picture are you talking about?
Make sure
anyway,
if you're looking at it YouTube, make sure the live. There's a thing that says live, and it should have a little red dot next to it. Make sure that red dot next to live is, and if not, click live, and it'll make sure you're current in YouTube.
Live? I don't know where you...
Okay, so in YouTube, I'm looking at the web interface. In the bottom left-hand corner, you got pause, fast forward, turn the sound on and off. Right next to that is the word live.
Yeah.
Do you have a red dot next to the word live?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're looking at current. I sometimes, like when I navigate away, it drifts and falls behind. I was just making sure you weren't falling behind video. As long as that red dot is next to live, that means you're looking at the latest that Len's sending out. If not, if it's ever not live, just click the word live, and it'll turn red, and it'll get you caught up visually. Sorry for the side tangent.
And then there's a delay from what I see to what you guys see of like 10 to 15 seconds sometimes, which makes it awesome because I'll be talking for a good while and y'all are like, huh? Oh, there it is.
You can see there in the back, the tail is missing part of the tail. So anyway, I printed that again. So I printed these for a friend of mine that asked me about it.
And then Hotfix, you said the SR-71 Blackbird is your favorite plane. Mine too. And I actually put my dirty little fingers on one in the Pima County Air Museum in Arizona.
Yeah, my son's been there. He loved it.
Yeah, you can touch the very front of it. But it was roped. I was a kid. This probably 30, 40 years ago. But it was roped off or whatever. But I actually put my hands on the SR-71 Blackbird. It was awesome. It's the craziest.
So you're why we can't get near it anymore. Thanks,
probably. But there's one I see. The second one that I saw is in the Smithsonian in DC. There's one there too.
Yeah, we saw it last year.
Yeah, the one out by Dulles, and it is absolutely as gorgeous as you think it is in person.
Yeah, I actually took a really nice picture of it. The one in Dulles.
Yeah, if you ever want to waste 2 weeks of your life, go look at all of the Smithsonian museums in DC. It's amazing. When I lived there, I still didn't go to all of the different museums, but there was a lot of really cool ones. The space shuttle was super crazy to see. You would think it would be a lot bigger than it is. That was super crazy. Yeah, there's some really good museums. The Smithsonian museums are really good.
But the space shuttle is rather big. Let's be honest. That you're sending that huge thing into space, carrying.
It's big, but you would think it would be bigger. I thought it would be even bigger than what it was. Like I was unimpressed, honestly. Because like a 747 is.
Yeah, but a 747 is not going to space.
Yeah, but I thought that thing was giant. And it is huge, but I thought it was a lot bigger. TV in real life oftentimes don't match.
You know, I was lucky enough to see the last space shuttle launch. I was flying from northern Florida down to Miami when the pilot just said, hey, you guys want to see the space shuttle launch? Look to your left. And there it went. So I was very lucky to be flying that day. I wasn't even aware that was going to coincide and that I was going to be able to see it.
I've only seen one live blast off out of Cape Canaveral. I had a client, a director for Latin America, which used to be a client of mine when I was working. I'm retired now. And they invited me to a launch where they were sending some satellite up in space. It's impressive, man. I've never seen anything like it.
It is impressive. I took my son to see the Falcon 9, and he saw it, and he was like, that's it. I was expecting it to be louder. It's like, yeah, it's not a space shuttle.
Yeah. But it's amazing the way the SpaceX now lands the damn thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
In millions of pieces?
That's the other one, yes. That's the one that lands in million pieces
over hundreds of miles.
SpaceX debris.
Yeah, no. It's amazing that it caught what is it, Megazilla? It caught it in a couple of times. It actually caught it. It's amazing. Technology is incredible.
Yeah, it's super crazy.
So I posted a question on the chat about the material used for the B2. Is it stealth-absorbing? Is it
radar-absorbing material, PLA?
This one has a tail. You see the difference with this one? Mm-hmm. This one I printed again, and this is in black, I think.
Keep fighting.
And it has the tail in the back.
I was going to say, had you not told me in the other picture that it was missing that triangle in the back, I wouldn't have noticed it because it kind of just looked normal. But this one, now I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice it when I printed and I originally sent it up to Lenny about a week and a half ago. It was not until later that I kept on looking at it, and I said, something's wrong here. So I went back and I looked at a official one. I said, the tail's up there. And then I realized when I took the support off, it must have come off because I printed I said, with matte PLA, and that's very, very fragile. So apparently the support took it with it, the tail. But any event,
I bet that would look really good. And the bamboo PLA metal where it's like halfway between a PLA and silk. I bet that would look really good in the bamboo PLA metal. Okay, I think I have to print that now. Damn it. What's the model?
Yeah, just be sure that it's using stealth material or add stealth coating after.
Oh yeah, then it would be matte, like Ed did. That would be the appropriate thing. But
originally I printed it matte because of that, but I looked officially. It's supposed to be a dark gray, which looks like it's black.
But, and then to block the radar, you just rub aluminum foil on it.
There you go.
Kind of like you rub it on your head to block the 5G or whatever. Isn't that how it goes?
I thought you were supposed to wear it as
just put a tinfoil hat on the airplane.
That's even better. That would be even better. It's stealth. It has a tinfoil hat. That'd be even better. That's awesome.
Let me go ahead and copy the link on this. There, that's the link. I just put the link on.
Yeah, my son will probably like to print this one too. He loves airplanes.
Yeah, I think this one is I printed it in dark gray, but with the light in the H2D, it looks like silver, but it's not. I mean, it's gray, dark gray. It's dark gray, basic.
Really I appreciate you providing the link.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's next. Oh, this is something for the AMSHT, I think, right? Let the video catch up.
Yeah, this is a this is to be able to put the AMSHT on the side, connected to the it connects to the AMS 2 Pro. Those slots, on the right hand side you see there, that fits underneath the chassis on the AMS 2 Pro. I printed this with with PLA tough, but you see, if you look at the side of the AMS HT and the AMS 2 Pro, it's like slanted to the left. It's like it's going to fall off. If you remember last time we spoke, I had printed another version of the mount, and I was concerned that it was sagging a little bit and it was going to be able to stay up. Well, eventually it did fall. So I was concerned. I printed this one with PLA Tough Plus, and I thought that it was still a little sagging right now. So I ordered some PC, and I printed in PC, which is much stiffer.
When you printed it, did you increase how many walls it has?
It was that the default already had it set up, so I didn't change the walls.
So
I didn't change.
So the way that works, the way to think about that is like how many walls are on the outside, so how thick like the outside, bottom, and top are or whatever. So whenever you want to make things that are super strong, increase the amount of wall, And then also the infill, if you bump the infill up to 100 and just make it a solid object, it'll be less prone to bend. But PLA is probably going to bend either way. PC or ABS is probably the way to go on there. But yeah, on the PC, increase the walls like to 5 walls, and then increase the infill sparse density to 100%.
Yeah, I printed with PC, so I have this version, which is there, and it works, but it's a little slanted. So
yeah, increase the walls, the wall loops or whatever that's called. The first thing on string.
What I did also is I printed a pole that I can stick right in the back. It goes underneath the mount and all the way down to the shelf, and it just keeps it in place with no problem. But I printed a new version with PC in black PC. Now this print uses support, and the support, when I printed the one with PLA, the support that I used, the interface was a PETG, and it was very easy to remove. For PC, I read that the support interface to use would be the one that I use for ABS, support for ABS. But it wasn't as easy to remove as when you use PLA with PETG. It was tough to take the support out because it's a very narrow groove. There's a very narrow groove that is difficult to remove. But anyway, but I've already printed in PC and it's working okay.
Yeah, so right here is what I use to stiffen things up right there. And I think Hotfix, you said that you do the minimum of 3 so you can do the inner, outer, inner or whatever. And yeah, if you need to strengthen a print, this is the easiest way to do it, is with wall loops, because this just thickens all of the structure. It just makes all of the structure of it thicker. And then I changed
always over infill, right? Yep. So if you're going to change one thing, add more wall loops. You can always add more infill, but infill is what people think. So yeah.
Yep. And if each wall is 0.2 millimeters, right? The nozzle size or whatever, taking this all the way up to 5 is a full millimeter of solid. So if I need something really strong, 5 is what I need, what I use for like super strong things. If I'm like the vacuum attachments that I made for my garage that are like 4 inches wide or whatever, you can't have 2 millimeter with infill in there. It'll just collapse, or the first time I drop it in my shop, it'll shatter or whatever. So that I all printed with 5, and it, you know, it was solid the whole way up, and it's super duper strong that way. But yeah, wall loops over infill all the time. But if you really need it, do both. And you have to change this to rectilinear, and then you can change this to 100. And that right there will strengthen that bad boy up. I bet you it will not bend if you put these settings in there, Ed.
It'll also blow through your filament like crazy.
But yeah.
Go to your quality tab real quick while you're in there. The default wall width is 0.42 millimeters, and I just wanted to share with people. The initial layer, interesting, is 0.5. I read somewhere you can easily go up to 50% of the nozzles, 50% more than the nozzle size. So you can print 0.6 millimeter wall sizes with a 0.4 millimeter, no problem. You can even try. I think I did 0.8 on a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Right, it'll just squish it out really fat, right? So I just want to let people know that you don't have to get a 0.6 millimeter nozzle to do a 0.6 millimeter wall width. It would be ideal because it's going to flow a lot better and save you a lot of time to do that. But I just wanted to point that out to people.
So I stand corrected. No wonder this is so strong. That's 2 millimeters.
Yeah. So right there, that's over 2 millimeters. Yep.
Yeah, just 2.1 or whatever.
Well, you say 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters, and we think that's like so huge, but remember how big that is on a ruler.
Yeah.
It's like nothing.
It's not, but in this stuff though, it is though.
Yeah.
A millimeter solid in a 3D print is that will stiffen some stuff up for sure.
And if you're going for layer adhesion, always go to the maximum heat level that your filament will take, because the hotter it is when it lays it down, the more chance it'll have to grab onto the next layer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm telling you guys something you already know.
No, it's good for everybody to know. Yeah. Welcome to the chat, Justin. Good to see you.
He's muted.
Yep, and as he finds the mute button, we'll take a look at more of this. The design could use. Oh, there you go. This could use like more to help structurally with that. Like you could almost come down the side a little bit more just to give it some more rigidity against the side, and just use the side of it.
I would have actually, the guy who designed it, I said, mine was sagging a bit, and because he has his set up for PLA. So anyway, if you look there, I temporarily put a pole on the back. You see that pole that is like a flowery pole? That was just temporary. I just printed a pole now to hold it up. But I printed this also in PC now, so I'm not using this one anymore. I'll have it there as a backup. And it's holding it fine. I mean, it's not that heavy, by the way. The AMSHT, even with a roll of filament up there, is not that heavy. But with the pole now and the PC, it's fine.
Yeah, some sort of angle bracket I think would be
exactly
a lot better there, because man, even with the wall loops and everything, you still may chase that just because. I mean, that's a huge lever right there, and there's not a whole lot to hold against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The design, this, you can actually also put a filament roll outside on the bottom of this too. It has a spool holder that you can attach to that, right? So I don't quite understand why why he did it that way. Yeah, it's way too much.
Yeah,
way too much.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll hold all of that. Yeah, I would. That's not that bad of a design either. I bet I could knock that out in like an hour and put a big old angle bracket right there.
Well, actually, this is 1, 2,
Dr.
3.
Doohickey could do it in 30 minutes.
This consists of 3 different prints. The way it's designed, it interlocks 2 prints, interlock, and then this one gives us stiffness in the bottom. It's pretty solid, and it's actually pretty heavy, to tell you the truth. It's fairly heavy for being a 3D print. It's pretty solid, but I don't know why he didn't design it. The reason I think he didn't design it with anything holding it up on the side underneath is because he has an add-on to it that you can put the spool underneath this one. So that's the reason why I think he didn't do that the way he designed it. But it's, hey, now with the PC and with what I added, it's holding up fine.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Yeah.
All right.
But I had never printed before with PC. It prints. It printed pretty well, actually.
Yeah, PC's not bad to print with.
No, not at all.
It's super hard. Super hard.
Exactly. That's why I selected it, and I ordered a roll from Bamboo, and that's what I just printed it. This is a Boomerang. I haven't thrown it yet, but it's a B-2 bomber that supposedly, and all the comments I heard of people saying that it actually does come back, but I haven't thrown it yet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, what's the link to that one? We all need to make this and go throw it around, especially give it to your kids to throw around.
let me see if I find it. Hold on 1 second.
Before and after pictures of your hand, if you don't mind.
Yeah. All the hot fixes kids need 3 of these.
Hey, I saw Mad Max too. I know I just have to get my kids those giant fur gloves.
Just print a bunch, give them away. If no one complains within a week, you're safe.
Is it sharper on one side? Am I looking at this right?
Actually,
like two different.
If you look at this is the top side. If you look at, I had some problems. If you look at the edge of the wings on the outside, I had some problem. I had to print it twice. It wasn't printing. I had a hard time printing that part there. I don't know why. There's no support. It just prints flat there. But if you look at that corner on the wing, on the left side of the wing, you can see there's little ripples there. I don't know what the issue is with it. That print's laying. I think it's print laying down. I don't remember now. I think it was print laying down. But that area gave me some trouble. I had to print it twice. I just put the link to the model.
Yeah, this is perfect for
way to go,
TD +4.
I just stood it up. I mean, that stand is not from that. That's the stand from the other bomber. I just put it to be able to keep it up. I wanted to be able to take a picture like that. And then you can see more or less with the cabin, etc. And that's a hole in the middle, by the way. It's not holding. But it's supposed to fly. Come back to you anyway. But I haven't tried it yet.
Get it on video. Just get it. It'll go viral.
Attach a GoPro camera to that thing.
There you go.
Yeah, put one of those 360 cameras on there and give it a good hunk.
And throw it. Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I printed in two colors, and this one I think in black, and also I printed it in dark gray. These are from our favorite 3D print bunny. So you just put this up in Maker World.
Those are very cute. Did you paint the one on the right, or did it come like that?
No, there's three different. It's all printed from the actual filament themselves. There's no print here. There's no painting here. I'm sorry. That's the way it's designed. If you want, I can see it. You should be able to find it. It's easy to find because it's hers. Let me see if I find it here. The link.
While he's looking for.
Called Tiny Dog.
What was that, Mark?
I was going to say, while he's looking for that, I didn't know if you noticed with the new release of this slicer, the switch on the X1C for the door, you can now turn it on so it tells you if the door is open.
Oh, the H2D does that too.
Right, but the X1C, it wasn't turned on.
I always wondered because there's the little thing there's a little sensor for it, but it never tells you anything. I didn't notice that. I'll have to take a look at it. But I always noticed there was a little button or whatever there, but I always wondered what it was there for because you couldn't see if it was open or closed.
It wasn't turned on. Apparently, with the new release of Bamboo Studio, you can go in and you can turn it on, and you can have it either pause your print or just send you a notice that the door is open.
Your door is ajar. No, it's not. It's a damn door. No, I never
Is that
knew
a
that
dad
there was
joke?
a sensor. Yeah, it was. It was a bad one. I didn't know there was a sensor in my X1 Carbon. That's cool. I mean, why? Let me ask a dumb question. Why would someone care if the door is open or not?
Kit opening, printer, sticking hand in.
Okay.
Stuff like
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
well, that, and also depending what you're printing with, right? If you're printing,
I normally
you're
take the top
printing with-
glass off for that. Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. All right. For cooling, it makes sense. Hey, you're about to print PLA. Go open the door. Got it.
I usually have mine, the door open like maybe 2 inches. I have a little piece that I printed that keeps the door open in place. It won't move, but it keeps it open about 2 inches. I generally print PLA and PETG. I don't print ABS that often.
Yeah, some engineering materials you would have it closed.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely
But
the ABS
I
and,
print with
and
my door
the
open all the
other
time.
the other materials that are temperature sensitive, the door and top need to be closed. So
Exactly.
if for some reason somebody opened that door while you were doing that print, it could ruin the print.
Of course. But I tell you what, with the H2D, ABS, you can hardly smell the fumes when you're printing on the H2D ABS compared with the X1C.
Oh yes.
I mean, X1C, night and day.
And as far as when I do PLA at PETG, my doors usually close. I have an AMS riser on the top of mine, and I just take my top plate and stick it on that shelf, so it's always open anyway.
I have that too. I have two risers in my 2 X1C, and I usually keep them open also, like maybe like an inch or so. But I keep the door open too. I mean, this here, the AMSHT, I printed a riser for this one here because it has a valve underneath it, and it's very close to the original. It's very close to the screen. So somebody designed this. I went ahead and I printed it. And if you look, I also there's like a little rubber pad in there. I had these pads that I had purchased from Gorilla Group, which I have underneath there because when I added and I also put them on the AMS 2 Pro because when I added the AMS HT on the hanging on the left, it was moving the H2D, the AMS 2 Pro. It was moving in the screen, so I put these pad underneath there, and now it's not moving at all. But anyway, this is just a small riser, so there's a valve underneath there to let the humidity escape. It was very close to the screen. I mean, to the glass. So this brought it up like an inch and a half or so. Oh, by the way, I had a ticket on this new AMS HT. I have a problem with the sensor. It wasn't reading right. So I sent a ticket and they're sending me a new sensor and heater. It's supposed to arrive on Monday, so I got to open it up and install it.
Man, they're going to just have to replace your whole print room before you're done.
I'll tell you what, Lenny, my son just got an H2D about a week ago. And today he got, started getting these error messages. And let me see exactly what he told me. It was, he has, and I read something online that there's some issue with this. It's the hot-end heating assembly. Apparently, it could be problematic in some of them, and apparently his, and the left-hand side is out of stock. So, but anyway, he just put a ticket in. It just happened today. I haven't had that problem. You recall, I got a replacement H2D like less than a month ago, like 3 weeks ago. I was having a problem with one of the sensors.
Did they make you send back your original one?
They originally they sent me a part to change it, which I did. Then they send me the part again to change it. I did, and it's still giving me problem. And they said, well, we want you to we're going to send you a different part, but you'll have to take the power supply. And I said, wait a second. This thing is was like a month old when it started giving me problem. Is I'm not going to take this apart anymore. I've already done this 2 times. It's going to be a 3rd time. And it was printing fine, just giving me diagnostic, but it wasn't closing properly when you had the heat chamber on. Not that I use it often, but I do use it. And they said, okay, no problem. You can send it back. We'll send you a new one. So I sent it back, and a week I was leaving on a trip to Canada and Alaska, and when I got back, it was going to arrive before I got here. And I told them not to ship it to arrive before I got here. So I had to tell FedEx to hold it for a few days until I got back. So anyway, they changed it, but they wanted me to try to fix it again at the 3rd time.
And there is a big white sticker on the top of the H2D box that says, please keep this box in case you have to send it in.
Yeah, yes. And I did keep it.
And then real quick, Tim asked that, or says that he has always left the door closed on the X1C for PLA PETG. Oh my gosh, it's going to blow up and the sun is going to come up on the wrong side of the sky tomorrow. It's recommended that you either crack the door or you can print. I think Mark had mentioned that he has the riser. You can print a little riser for the top glass, but for PLA and PETG, you're supposed to like leave the door cracked or whatever. But the earth will spin, the sun will come up tomorrow, everything will be okay if you leave the door shut every now and again.
I
but it
never
is recommended.
Leave the door open. I never leave the door open.
I
did. Almost a year after I got the printer, I printed a riser, which has some bends, and that's what I use now. But the first 8 months, I never left the door open. And the reason for that is because I have it in my office, and it's pretty much under the AC vent.
I see.
You just want to make sure your interior doesn't get over 40 degrees Celsius before you have heat creep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I leave my door open all the time. I got almost 7,800 hours on my X1C now, and I think I've closed the door maybe a handful of times, only when I'm using the PEI plate. When I'm using the cold plate, door's open all the time.
Well, now it jacks me because on the H2D, I always have the error message that the door's open because I'm so used to leaving the door open that I don't shut the door on that one because it has a little vent on the top and it vents as it needs. And it'll open that thing as it needs to. But I'm so used to leaving it open that every time I look at the Handy app, I have a little warning and I'm like, oh, what's wrong with it? Front door is open. I'm like, oh, it'll be all right. I don't even mess with it. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. But yeah, from the X1C, from just, not shutting the door or whatever and just leaving it open, now on the H2D, I never shut the door on that thing. So it's constantly got the little help bot thing with the little red thing on there that says the front door is open.
How do you like the H2D? Like I said, I got almost 7,800 hours on my X1C, and I'm probably going to get a second printer come Black Friday.
Yeah, get the H2D. It's so sick. 2-color prints with no tower and no filament poop is awesome. The bigger build plate is awesome. I really like it. Ed has one too. If you're gonna get a second printer and you can afford the high price tag, it's hashtag worth it. But it does have a high price tag. We were talking, I think you missed the first part of the conversation, Justin. The H2S might be coming out with a bigger build plate, single nozzle or something like that, and that might be something with the heated chamber. The H2D also has the heated chamber, which is pretty nice as well. But you might want to look at the H2S. Might be out by Black Friday as well. I think. What'd you say, Ed? September is it supposed to launch or something like that? So I would look at that one too, Justin.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, my X1 Carbon's awesome. I mean, I still have the original nozzle in it. Still have the original extruder in it. Haven't had really any issues with the 2 AMS originals that I have. I mean, it's just a workhorse. And
it is.
But I would like a bigger build plate, and I do a crap ton of multicolor prints. So that's where my worry with the H2D is, because if you're printing 2 colors, it's going to be faster. But the moment you add a third or fourth color, it's not going to be any faster than the X1C.
Because you split, like, if you're doing a 4-color print, you split 2 to one nozzle, 2 to the other nozzle, and you eliminate some of the changes, and it will calculate that in Bamboo Studio whenever you go to slice the plate. And this one's on the Carbon, but on the H2D, it will tell you the difference between filament saving mode and convenience mode. Or if you wanted to put like all 4 filaments in one AMS, that's the convenience mode. That might be comparable to the X1C. And it's even worse if you split it in the X1C between the 2 AMSs, because of the pullback that it goes back and forth all that time. It's a little bit different with the dual nozzle, but I would say in some instances the X1C might be faster than it, but in most multicolor prints I would assume that the H2D would be faster, just because of the 2 nozzles. And then whenever you slice it for filament saving mode, it kind of makes you split it between the 2 AMSs for efficiency. And it tells you how much filament and how much time. And does it also tell you, Ed, how much filament swaps or whatever that you save with the filament saving mode or something?
I don't remember that it says that. But one of the great things about it also is, remember, when you have 2 nozzles, let's assume you have a print that you're making with 4 colors, and the primary color is black. So the software will tell you, put the black filament on nozzle right hand side, and then the other 3 colors, it'll tell you to put it on the left hand side. And since it's primarily black, the black is going to change very quickly. When you change the color from a white to red, it takes a little bit of time because it's on the left hand side, but the black is constantly going to remain on the right. So it's much faster, much faster. And it'll tell you where to move the filament from where you have it in an AMS on the right. It says move it to the left. It's going to be much quicker, and you do it, and it is much quicker.
Okay. All right. Now, that's good information.
Yeah. One thing I tell you about, I'm a little concerned about the H2D is that head is extremely complicated. The swapping of the right and the left, it moves, up and down, and I haven't had any issues with that yet. But I'm afraid if that ever becomes a problem, because it is very intriguing. The mechanics of this swapping. I don't know, Lenny, what your thoughts are on it, but
yeah, and I ran into it you can't really see it on the video tomorrow. I talk about it, but there's one part where you have to take it off to lube those 2 pieces that go up and down. You have to put a little bit of oil in there, and getting that back in there with the filament cutter is a job for a contortionist for sure. So I could imagine anything else in there, if you had to dig past those 3 screws, is probably a nightmare. Because just the first 3 screws to get just one little thing off and that is going to be something that you have to do, because that's where the filament cutters are. So you're going to have to take that plate off a couple of times. That one's a doozy. So I could imagine going any deeper with it is probably going to be super fun. Because like you said, Ed, it's intricate, and the nozzle moves up and down, and that little thing moves back and forth. And I would hate for something to break in there, because you're going to be down for a minute.
There's a YouTuber that tore down the entire H2D and completely tore it down. And when he got to the head, and he said he's never seen anything more complicated than that. He said the design on it is amazing. The technology of it is amazing, but it is very complicated. I'm not looking forward to that being a problem. I guess eventually it might be, but anyway, it's a great printer. I mean, and it's quiet, print great. I love it. I mean, the finishing on it is the X1C is a great printer, and it looks very well finished. But the H2D is 10 times better finished than the X1C.
Yeah. Has anybody figured out how to use the full build plate volume with both nozzles yet, or are you still, if you print one color, you can use the full build plate, but if you print two, you can't?
No, you can only print because the nozzle can only go so far. It's not a matter of software, but if you think about it, those nozzles are sitting next to each other. So when the gantry goes all the way to this side, the nozzle on the right is only to this edge right here.
Right. So
and it can go all the way back to here. But one nozzle physically can't reach both sides because they're sitting next to each other on the gantry. If they would have put them this way, long ways, then you would have been able to get all of this side, but you wouldn't have been able to get this width, which I think would have been better. I think they kind of messed up putting them side by side. It makes the nozzle changes and all of that easier and probably maintaining it easier. But to your point, you miss a big portion of this. But it's because they're sitting side by side on that gantry. It physically can't get over here. It stops.
Somebody managed to do it, but they ended up putting the same filament in both nozzles. So really they got a single color to go edge to edge, but they were really kind of tricking it. Yeah. And I don't know how you have to do that to the model to get the printer to switch. They had to do some trickery there, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think I'd be more interested in an H2D with a single nozzle or the ability to use the entire build plate.
And maybe that's what the H2S, if it has a single nozzle, maybe that single nozzle will be able to get at least closer to the edge, because even on the X1C, you can't get all the way to the edge. There's still a little bit of a gap there. But yeah, maybe with a single nozzle, if it's the H2S or whatever, it'll be able to take up that whole build plate, because yeah, it is annoying that you can't use the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good information, though, because I'm definitely looking at getting a second printer. I opened up a vendor booth and everything, and it's doing well in a local marketplace. So that's why I've been gone. I've been so busy getting that stuff going.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the H2S is going to be significantly less expensive than the H2D.
All right.
And I don't think it's going to be that you're not going to be able to do 350 completely, but I forgot that there was a picture that came out that you can actually read the expected size of the build plate. But I think you're going to be able to use more of the build plate definitely with one nozzle. There's no question about it. This is I saw this. This is to be able to put it in a when you're storing your filament with material that is very like an island, for example. Most of the spool desiccant holders are in the middle.
Right.
And when you actually put it in the middle and you seal it in the bag, the desiccant doesn't dry as efficiently as if it was sitting on the
around through the cardboard spool or whatever, right?
So this is designed to go on top of the filament. So when you wrap it, in the bag and you seal it, it's supposed to be more efficient in that regard. Now the problem with it is that if you have a new spool, then you only use a little bit, it won't fit. I mean, it's going to stick outside. It's not going to. It'll fit. It'll fit in the bag, but it's not going to fit exactly within the spool parameter itself. But so I printed this to try it out. I printed one, and that's what it is. If anybody is interested, I can try to see if I can find a link to it, and if you want to print it. But it's a little thick. It's about maybe almost 3/4 of an inch thick. So it's a full filament roll. Won't fit inside the spool. Anyway, but I wouldn't use it for PLA, but definitely for something like an island, something that is going to be very. Anyway, that's what that is.
Yeah, this would be good for the engineering filaments, the glass fiber and the carbon fiber filaments, and even like your ABSs and ASAs. It's probably be pretty good for that too, especially for the storage.
All right, another good thing for the storage is at Walmart they have those plastic bins by Sterile, and they have waterproof ones that actually have a seal on them. I get those, and then I throw about 15 bags of desiccant in each one, and I'll fill that thing full of spools and don't have any issues.
That's a really good idea. I don't live in a very humid place, but Ed does. Oh, Ed's got water in the air at all times. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. North Carolina.
North Carolina, same thing. The water stays in the air there, so you have to do some tricks for it.
Yeah, in my garage it's 56% humidity right now, which isn't bad because during the day it's like 78. But I had to put a mini split AC in the garage in order to keep my laser cool.
That's crazy.
I was running a large dehumidifier in the room that I have all of my 3 printers, but I decided to stop doing that. Now I just I keep all my filament either in a sealed bag or inside an AMS all the time.
Did you say keep your laser cool?
Yeah, to keep my I have X-Tool lasers.
Oh, cool. What are you cutting with it?
I have a 55 watt CO2 that I cut acrylic and stuff with, clear acrylic, and then I have a F1 Ultra which does mainly engraving on metal and stuff.
Cool. All right. Sorry to interrupt the flow. That was cool.
These are just to do exercise with your hands. They're different. There's 3 sizes: hard, medium, and light. So I printed pretty well. I printed these with a PLA Tough, PLA Plus, and they print pretty well.
So they're like the old muscle grips.
Exactly, that's what it is. It's just to do exercise in your hands.
That's cool.
The 3 of them printed in less than 2 hours.
Yeah, that's neat. That would be great, like party favor, like swag for something,
Yep.
SAP software got you down.
Give it to the stress. Give it to the missing boys on the construction team.
All right. I believe that's all from Ed. Thank you so much for all of those pictures as always and all of the information. Next on the list is Gabe. And let's see what we're printing this week. Yeah, this first one's pretty cool too. Is this from the Flexi factory as well?
No, that's actually a Makerswell. I put in the link on the text file. It's Naughty the Squirrel. It was cool. Fun print. It prints by parts, so each color is separate, and you have to glue it together.
The tongue does it for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually printed 2 of them, and I gave them away both. I wanted to keep one, but one of the kids saw it and was like, "I want it." I was like, "Yeah, sure, take it." So I might end up printing another one just for me.
And the link to that? Do you have the link?
It's on.
I just put it
right now.
Yeah. I just
okay, great. Okay, good.
Yeah, and for that I use bamboo, brown, bamboo red, black, and sunlu PLA plus 2 white.
That looks pretty good size. Is that what, about 6-7 inches maybe?
I think it's like 5-ish. I don't have it anymore, so I can't measure it. But yeah.
I print a lot of those mini animals from ZOU animals or minis or something like that. Kids love those things.
Yeah, I mostly give everything that I print. I mostly give it away. I just print for fun. It's like
I love how this hobby was to keep me sane while I was going through some rough stuff, but I ended up becoming the neighborhood toy factory.
Yep, me too.
I was telling someone, Ed, about your grandkids. I was like, God, they gotta love him. He has to be the best grandfather on the planet. And here's a new toy Grandpa made.
Grandpa just has a toy maker.
Every time we talk on the phone or they come by, they want to know exactly what am I making new, and I usually have something for them, the new. I'm retired, so
146 millimeters long. That's about 6.5 inches, actually.
Yeah, 6.5 inches. Yeah,
good size. Definitely printing this one.
Yeah, gluing the teeth into it is a bit painful, but so have patience when you're doing it.
What glue do you use? I use Gorilla Glue, but I know.
So I have one that's called a Star Bond.
Okay. Yep. Star Bond thick.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one that I use. Yeah, it pretty much every piece. So that you just prints. Oh, that one, the Don F Care Bear. I had to.
I won't leave that one out too long. The age or sick my channel, but this one's funny.
Yeah.
What is don't? You crossed out the word underneath don't.
F word.
Oh, okay. Yep. Does it actually say that?
Yeah.
It says that, but I sent that this week to Len. Hey, are you okay if I put this in your channel? And he just replied like, well, I'm okay, but it might get blocked or something. So I just decided to.
Yeah, I don't think.
Go ahead.
I like the fact that he's pointing downward.
Yeah.
Well, those are middle fingers.
He said the ground's number one.
I don't think I can print that for my grandkids.
He's actually the pro-gravity Care Bear. He's pointing to the ground to show you which way gravity works. Not once, but twice. Just so you get the lesson. Pro-gravity Care Bear, guys. Get it straight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, let's put the other one up here.
That's
so funny.
So that one you can print for your grandsons or grandkids.
Oh,
doesn't have the F word.
Don't Care
so,
Bear.
Yeah.
Okay. And
the
other
other
link
one
for that one is? And the link for that one, you have it?
So that one, no, because I downloaded that one at some point from this place. Yeah, so you see the screen.
Yeah, things.
Yeah, so I downloaded that a long time ago. So I couldn't find it to provide the link. It was on my computer.
But it wasn't a Maker World.
It was not on Maker World, no.
Okay.
I can try to find it.
I'll see if I can find it. I'll do a search and see if I can find it.
Yeah, those are great.
Those Chinese things that are real popular right now, Labubus or whatever.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I educated everybody on the Labubus the other day. That's the hot thing with the kids right now.
Oh, actually, I just found the link. Let me put it in the chat.
If you have a little stand, print out some of those Labubu things. They'll probably fly right off the shelf.
Oh man, I had somebody in the community ask for some for her dance team, and she wanted like a bow on it. So I did a search for one of the bows. 30,000 different types of these things I found that I can print.
Oh yeah, and we were looking at we won't go down that rabbit hole again, but we were looking at the website, and some of these things are hundreds of dollars for these stupid little things. What was the one that we found? Hotfix, wasn't it like $500 or something?
Yeah, it was like $500, and it was like just black. It was so stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid.
And apparently the accessories for these things are super hot too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pop Mart, I think, is the place that makes those. But yeah, anything you can print with Labubu, you'll get some La money. So.
I pasted the link on the chat for the Don't Care Bear.
You did already?
Yes.
If you are not, unless you're a moderator, it won't come through. Even though it acts like it did.
Let me fix that real quick.
So
get on it, man.
I'll put it on the Teams chat, and someone else can paste it.
That cat's cool.
Or we can make Glenn make you a moderator.
Oh no, another moderator.
Then we get drunk with power like the rest of us.
Do I have to go on a power trip?
It's required.
It would be uncharacteristic for you not to.
Yeah, if you don't ban somebody, then you're not doing it right.
Yeah. It's a rite of passage when you become a moderator. You have to Thanos snap somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good to know.
Got to put somebody in timeout every now and then.
Yeah.
I'll make you guys proud.
That cat is really cute, super clean. But is it a bank? It looks like it's got a slot.
It is a piggy bank.
Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that one is from STL Flix. So it prints in all the pieces and you glue them together, so each color is separate. And this one I use Sunlu White, bamboo. I think it's pumpkin orange, I want to say, but it might be the regular orange. Yeah, pumpkin orange. Bamboo black and cookie cat pale pink for the nose and the feet.
Is there a TPU plug for it at the bottom?
It's not TPU, but it does have a plug.
Okay.
You could probably make a screw plug for it. That would be really easy too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one is pretty much screws in. It's just it's not. You put it in and just twist like half a turn and it locks.
That's why his eyes are so big.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has a screw up his butt.
Yep.
A big one that only needs 2 turns to tighten.
That gives a whole new meaning to the phrase "getting screwed."
Yeah. With money.
Did you notice the new filament that they have on Amazon?
No.
No. So this is also a piggy bank, by the way.
Okay, I'll bite. What was the new filament they had on Amazon?
It's Mozworks is the name of it. But the packaging, the boxing, the way they show the picture of it, it's all bamboo.
On Amazon?
It's even set up to they only sell refills, and the refills are set up with the notch and everything for the bamboo refill spools.
Yeah, I saw it the other day. I haven't tried it, but I saw it the other day.
I bought 2 rolls of it. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but
once you do, report back.
Is it bamboo or is it?
It has all the abilities of being bamboo, and when you search for the name, it comes back as maybe a bamboo affiliate for the Asian market.
I see, but does it have the tag to be able to read it in the AMS?
No, it doesn't have the
RFID.
So it doesn't have that.
The RFIDs. It doesn't have that, but everything else is exactly the same. I mean, I got 2 boxes here. The box is the exact same box as the bamboo, and when I opened it, the packaging is the exact same as the bamboo, right down to the sticker that you put on the reel.
Yeah, it might be either bamboo doesn't make their own filament; they buy it.
Yeah.
So it might be the same person that makes it for bamboo makes it for this other company, or they might be the actual manufacturers for bamboo.
All of that filament's probably made in one block in Shenzhen.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like, I like Flash Forge over Zero. No, Zero's better than Elegoo. It's probably all made the same damn.
Yeah, you just walk down the hallway at Flash Forge, Elegoo, Sunlu,
It's like
Esun, Polymaker.
Like Chevy used to be.
Yeah, the trick with the
Pontiac and Chevy
RFID
used to be that way.
is just save your tags from your old rolls. You can just stick them on a new one. And I used to think it kept a memory of how much filament it had used on a roll, but somebody said no, when you first load it, that's why it goes through this like winding and unwinding. It can tell how much it rolls and unrolls. The filament will give it an approximation of how much is actually left on the roll. Because like when you're pulling the filament off the roll and the roll moves really fast, that means it's really down to the core, and there's not much left. So just save your old RFID tags and you can recycle them.
Yeah, I do that for black and whites.
Yeah, but what do you do with the color setting? Because that has also the color. So if you take it from one that is white and you put it into a brown one, that the AMS going to think that it's that it's so you're screwed. I mean,
because you match it, obviously. You take one from a black and you put it on a black roll that doesn't have it. I do that.
Okay.
I use the Sunlu PLA high speed or PLA plus 2.0, and I printed a tag holder that snaps into the Sunlu rolls, and they just get automatically configured like they were bamboo rolls.
I see. But
I
you
just
have to use
the RFID with the color.
Same color.
So if I use white with white, black with black, and
I see.
So far, those are the only ones that I have tried.
Has anybody
heard? Where did you find the tag holder?
I'm looking for the link right now because I knew someone was going to ask.
Yeah, it's in Maker's World. I originally had printed
it is in Maker's World.
Yeah, I originally had printed it, but I stopped using it because of the issue of the color. What you said. Has anybody heard what's going on with the Bamboo Lab PETG high flow? It's been out of stock for I don't know how long. All the colors are out of stock.
More than likely, they're changing manufacturers, or there was an issue with a batch and they have to redo it or something.
Really, I mean the high flow is pretty good actually. I like the Bamboo Lab PETG high flow.
Yeah, it works good.
It's great. It's great. I mean, the basic, I had problem with some of the basic. You had to drive a lot, and even then it wasn't great. But the high flow is really good. I hope they don't discontinue it. I mean, I ordered a batch, so I still have. I'm not running out right now, but I was concerned.
Bamboo needs to make a way for all of us that order so much filament to buy into stock or something, because I just ordered another $1,000 worth of filament.
$1,000.
Man.
Print Farm says what?
Well, I think if you want to get cheap PLA, you're going to have to join the PLA.
Yeah. It says back in stock mid-August, Ed. So it's mid-August. So hopefully any day I'd keep checking back.
They didn't specify the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, my FedEx guy hates me when he has to deliver the filament.
Oh yeah.
Or I should say, if you want stock in PLA, you should join.
I have to ask, what are you printing that you need that, like, what is that, a couple hundred rolls? Or not, maybe not 100 rolls, but I'm just curious, what do you print?
90? I guess it depends on the material.
Well, since it's all PLA basic, but since I opened up my vendor store, I do about $500 to $600 a month in 3D print sales. So I go through a lot.
Wow, that's awesome. Good job, and congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah, he really hates me when I have acrylic delivered because that stuff is really heavy.
Get it delivered in 4x8 sheets and he'll really hate you.
The FedEx drivers play Rochambeau to see who will be forced to deliver to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
I don't like the new boxes that they're using for the filament, the refill.
Yeah.
I don't like those little new boxes. I like the other boxes with the way they open.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Len, the piggy bank that was on screen until now, there's a video of it. I'm not sure you downloaded it.
I think it's the next thing.
Yeah, it might have been that I didn't rename the video in order. But so my son printed this as a joke.
With poop here again?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the piggy bank. This is from my STL fix, and that's the concept.
Well, if the don't effing Care Bear doesn't get demonetized, the butt crack bank will.
Yeah.
He's trying to get me banned on YouTube. Shadow ban. I'm gonna be shadow banned.
Just don't put any fake firearms or replica blasters or anything on there.
Yeah. We already had warplanes, so I'm definitely screwed.
and this is from where? Where did you get this one?
This is an STL Fix.
I see. Okay. My grandkids would love to print for me to print this for them.
It is a fun print.
That will get the most coins saved in it for sure. Just so people can use it. That's hilarious.
Hey, did you guys know Sunlu's reels are all reusable now?
I heard that.
So the version 2, I haven't seen the newest one, but the version 2 is reusable, except that they don't sell refills for them. Now the newer version, apparently it's the same size as the bamboo one, and it's reusable as well.
Yeah, they had an issue with the Sunlu 2.0 reusable. Like you said, they never made refills, but then there was problems with one of the AMSs. It was either the AMS or AMS Lite. So they came out like a 2.1 roll. It's like, guys, test this stuff first. What are you doing? But I even got one at eSun. I got some bone white, and it's got one of those plastic reusable rolls on it. I was really surprised to see that.
Anyway, so this one, I guess, is self-explanatory who it is. And this is I printed this for a friend that she likes, Doris. So,
Dory, not Doris. Dory. Come on, man.
Sorry, Dory.
But she's not swimming.
She's not. It is articulated, so I guess she could swim.
Isn't that what she keeps saying in the movie?
I haven't seen them moving.
Just keep swimming?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Just keep swimming. Yeah. Yeah, so this one I used the Boxel PLA Phantom blue for the dark blue.
Oh, that's really nice. Can you zoom in on that, Lynn?
Then bamboo cyan and yellow and white.
I really like that dark blue.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
How big is the print?
Probably like 4 inches, give or take.
Okay. It looked bigger than that. I thought it was like 8 inches.
Well, again, I said 4 inches earlier and ended up being 6.5. So who knows?
Oh my God, I'm so not touching that.
Yeah, you're going to open yourself up for something like that.
You know,
now be nice.
Switching the conversation back. So bamboo has a blue like that, dark blue like that, but it's only matte. And I'm so mad that they don't have like a non-matte that blue, because I've wanted that blue for so long. So you said that was Voxel PLA?
Yes.
Like the one out of California?
Yep.
Cool.
That's
okay. I'll have to get a roll with that. Thank you, sir.
So it's 118 millimeters long.
Voxel is a good filament. I like their filament.
That's 4.5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only tried that. The only filament that I have tried from them is this one, the Phantom Blue.
I've ordered probably about maybe a dozen other rolls.
Have you had any issues with them?
Not at all. They're good. The quality of their filament is very good. And the reason, I mean, I try to stick to bamboo just because of they can read the filament and recognize it. But I bought the Voxel when I was buying their Vento box. If you ordered more than, I think it was like $60, whatever, shipping is free. So I would order, and that's the way I eventually bought probably like a dozen of their filament, because I would buy some of the filters they have also for the X1C, and also the not only the Vento box but also the legs. They have the legs for the X1C, replacement legs, and also they also have carbon for the bento box. So
yeah,
I bought some stuff for them.
I have a bento box as well, and I have bought their filter for the X1C as well, which is a combination HEPA.
I'm gonna have to send them a cease and desist order.
Why is that? Why is
I
that?
haven't received any royalties
Yeah.
yet.
That's so funny.
No, the quality of their filament is good. One problem I had with them for a while is that they would advertise all these colors, and then you order it, and they would take 2 weeks, and they haven't shipped it. So that was problematic for me, at least. You think that they have it in stock, or they would say they're not in stock. But now, supposedly, they're saying, we fill in, we can ship immediately or within a day or two.
Yeah, they say that. So I ordered a few days before they made that change on the website, and it took like a week for them to ship.
But bamboo takes about a week for me to get the stuff.
Yeah, but this one was a week just to ship it. Delivery time.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, you're right.
And I don't have a problem when you tell me it's going to take a week to ship, then I know what to expect. But if
exactly,
you're going to tell me it ships the same day, then I order and it takes a week to actually go out the door.
Yeah. As long as the expectation is right, I am fine. But if you set the wrong expectation, I'm fuming.
Yep.
Heads will roll.
Yeah.
But it's good filament. I mean, their filament is very good.
So that's the only one that I have tried. So I don't know anything
I've also
else.
tried
But
the PETG for them is pretty good too.
Is it?
Yeah, PETG for them is good.
Yeah, I asked them about. I actually emailed them about their silver finger air quotes PETG. I said, is it silver like shiny silver or just like a gray color? And they said, well, it's really just gray. It's not shiny. I'm like, they call it gray. Don't call it silver.
Yeah.
But I was really excited because I buy Giant Arm PETG silver. That's my go-to filament. But I'm giving money to a foreign country. I'd much rather give it to these guys for $1 more a roll. But no, they just need to get on the bandwagon and make some pretty colors. Yeah, but I've heard good things. Like they when they first came on the scene, they were like throwing themselves at like 3D printing nerd and a couple other people. I think CNC Kitchen as well. Everybody who's ever printed with it has had nothing but good things to say about it. So I'm glad to hear your experience was the same.
Oh yeah, all their filament, I've never had any issue with any of their filament. Quality is very good.
Aurora Tech tends to use that almost exclusively when she does her stuff.
All right, so these are just thanks for those pictures, Gabe, as always, even the ones that are going to get me shadow banned on YouTube. Appreciate that. Just kidding.
Well, since I'm a moderator now, should I ban myself then?
yeah, that may be your first official act, is to ban yourself. And these pictures are from Justin, who we haven't seen on the stream for a while, and I guess this is a client print. So tell us about this one. This one's kind of cool. I was flipping through the pictures in the background here, but this one's a pretty cool little print. Tell us about it.
Yeah, basically, I have a friend who started up this business, and they're basically storage containers, kind of like pods, but they have AC units. They can make them into office spaces. They can make them into concession stands, so on and so forth. So I actually had to help build 36 of these. And I had the idea of doing these as business cards / promos for the company. And I told the owners of the company that were there, I was like, would you be interested in something like this? And they're like, yeah, let's try it. So I 3D modeled the bin exactly as it is in real life, with the forklift holes and the undercarriage and everything. And then I printed it in white and black and brown, basic PLA. And it goes together very similar to what the actual bins do in real life. And it all snaps together. So I have little tabs that snap everything into place. And then the roof sits on and ties everything together. And then I know some of you have probably heard of the Eufy-Make E1 UV printer that has been all the rage on the internet for the past couple months.
Yeah.
Well, I ordered one of those, and granted it won't be here till October, but I know one of the beta testers. So I sent him the graphics for the bin, and he was able to print UV decals for me, and I just apply them on there. They're just like stickers. So then it makes the 3D print look exactly like their real life bins. And they've ordered 50 of them so far.
Wow.
Yep, I've been tempted to order that. Usually I've heard that it's very expensive, the ink on it.
Yeah, it's $300 for a full set of ink, but you're mainly going to use white and black. But to print UV decals for like this is like 1.5 cents. So
that's nothing.
It's nothing.
So what is expensive is when you start building height on it, right? Layers.
Yep. Yeah, because it'll print up to it'll print up to 5 millimeters in height, just like a 3D printer, but with UV resin. And
that's when it becomes expensive.
Correct.
That becomes expensive. I see.
Yeah. So
I saw somebody printing some stuff with a 3D printer and then using this on top of it.
That's what this is. You can actually, when I get my printer, instead of using the UV decals, I'll actually be able to put the pieces directly in the UV printer, press print, and it will print directly on the 3D model. As long as it's a flat surface.
But you're printing here on a flat surface. But I saw somebody that was printing on a surface that was up. I think it was Uncle. What do they call Uncle
Jesse?
Uncle Jesse. I think he was printing on a 3D printer, and then on top of that, he would put the decals.
Yeah,
I think he was trying to do. And so he would use less of the ink.
Yep. Yeah, and you can do that. And like if you have like a building, like an HO scale train building that has like brick texture that you 3D print, and then you can print directly on top of that as long as the building piece is flat and will fit in the UV printer. You can print directly on top of that in full color, and it will show the brick texture through it.
Cool.
So I basically took this concept and they immediately ordered 50 of them. So that was
a nice order there.
Yeah, it was $5,000 worth of orders. So because I sell basically $50 a bin. So which for them is nothing. I mean, when they rent these things out, they rent them out for $1,000. So $50 for basically a deal to show people what their bin will be when they arrive is nothing.
The salespeople will take those around with them and
I've been in sales a really long time, and I'll tell you the two things that you have to do to get sales, and that is separate yourself from others and be memorable. And this does both of those things like I've never seen before. So $5,000 is nothing in compared to what their close rate will be just by being able to separate themselves from the competition, and people will remember this, and that's half the battle, right? That's generally half the battle. So this is a great sales tool. This is money.
And this is just basic bin. I mean, there's bins that have doors and windows that open up out of the sides that I can model. I can put AC units on the back, so I can literally build every single bin that they have and 3D print it and then put their decals on it. And what's cool is that there's 4 franchises right now, and each franchise has their own phone numbers. So I literally can sell to all 4 franchises, and each one is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll have different, phone numbers on the decals, or maybe this person has
things in stock. Them salespeople are going to run through them things, man. I would if I had these. I'd be running through them, and I'd be making a lot of money too.
Well, and the best part is I designed it to where it all prints flat, and I can ship it flat, and then they can put it together because it literally just snaps together.
Cool.
Yeah, that's really, really neat. Thanks for sending those in, Justin. That's really, really cool.
I bet some of the sales guys get conned into giving those away as part. Oh, okay, I'll sign on, but I want that bin for my kid.
Yeah. You can only get the bin if you've signed a contract.
The owner's wife has already said that she wants some for Christmas to put Christmas cookies and stuff in.
Oh,
that's a great idea too.
I want it for a piggy bank.
And then you just take this into any other business and say, let me go. And you can just look at other businesses that you have this idea with, and then you can be the sales guy, and you can just walk in there and say, let me do this for your business. People slop up on this type of stuff too. This is really, really good marketing. It's not an email campaign that people are going to ignore. It's not a business card that people are going to put along with the other 7,000 business cards that I have at this point. Like, this is something like, you can go make more money from other businesses doing similar things, and you could use this as an example of what you do for people. This is great for small businesses. Be great.
This is missing a soda can for reference.
Yeah.
This is actually, and I can go measure it, but it's actually about 8 inches long and about 3.5, 4 inches wide. But this is reminiscent of their 16-foot containers, and I also have designed one that's reminiscent of their 20-foot container.
It's such like a cool thing.
Yeah, it's such a great idea.
For the hinges, those little metal things that you use to hang Christmas ornaments that you get like 1,000 of them for like $1.
Mm-hmm.
They're the little metal aluminum rods that you make hooks for the Christmas ornaments. That's what I use for the hinges. I straighten those out. I shove it up in there because there's holes in the doors and then in the frame to make the hinges. And then I just snip them with a pair of snippers, and you have permanent doors that open and close.
You could use filament for that as well.
You could, but the hole is so small, I couldn't even get a paper clip in there. So I had to use the ornament wire. But I mean, it holds together. And this is just one company. They have two other companies that do the same type of bins, but they're different company names. So hopefully I get those as well.
Oh yeah,
because there's a company called like Redbox.
They're gonna be mad that they don't have it.
That's the hope.
They're gonna be mad that somebody else in the company has that and they don't. So that'd be a good position for you to be in.
This is hopefully going to turn into, I can pay off some bills and pay off my lasers and hopefully get another 3D printer by Christmas.
Yeah, you keep doing things like this and those things will happen pretty quick. This is great ideas. Hopefully this, for everybody watching out there, this sparks some creative juices within you to make a little side hustle. That's great. And that's $5,000, nothing to sniff at. That's a significant amount of money for your side gig. So that's really good.
That's great, man.
It's gonna take about what do I figure? It takes about 11 hours a bin. So to print all the pieces. So 11 times 50, about 550 hours of printing to get the order done.
Mm-hmm.
But your printer's making you $10 an hour.
Correct.
It's pretty good. Pretty good and pretty hard to get $10 worth of filament in that thing in an hour. So that's pretty doggone good.
Yeah, I think the total cost for one bin filament cost comes in at like $7 for filament cost.
Yeah, that's nothing.
And I'm selling them for $50 a piece, so I'm making, what is that, $35 a piece profit?
43, I think, minus electricity.
Yeah.
Which is pennies, I'm imagine. Or about 11 cents, or I think that's the national average for an hour of electricity, something like that.
Yeah. So hopefully my X1C lasts me till Black Friday, and then I can get a second
knock
printer.
on wood. Go find some wood to knock on real quick. Don't jinx yourself.
Yeah. But that's the plan. So this on top of the vendor booth keeps me pretty busy, which is why I haven't been around as much as normal.
That's really cool. Thanks for sharing. And now let's jump over to Mark's prints. So I think you're getting ready for Halloween already. So tell us about your prints for this week.
I will a second. I see what you're showing.
Looks like a Wheel of Fortune.
Let me see.
It's the
refresh
little
my screen.
Briefcase thing.
There it is. That's Dr. Doom.
Oh yeah.
Well, yes and no. My daughter watches. Is it Ray Tran? I believe. And he's a big YouTuber, and he went around to a whole bunch of B&Bs and Airbnbs, and he had this where you spin the wheel and whatever comes up that's supposed to be the doom. I really didn't understand it. My daughter kind of tried to explain it to me, but she asked for it, so that's supposed to be the Wheel of Doom.
Did anybody else just see like 1,000 pictures fly by?
Yeah, so all the way that, so I guess you took these pictures in a different order, because the first picture of this is there, and then there's like 20 other pictures, and then 3 more pictures of this. So I had to skip through all of them, so we're not looking at a bunch of other prints and then all of a sudden coming back to this one. So hotfix, you're going to see the reverse order of all of those pictures here in just a minute.
I thought my iPad had freaked out.
Figured it was either Lynn or I was having a stroke, one of the two, or both. Both things could be true.
Collective stroke.
Yeah.
So it comes in its own little briefcase, as you can see. And that opening that's there, there's another piece that says Doom that sticks through that opening. So when the case is closed, that opening has the word Doom on it. And then the bottom part of that case is basically the country.
And this is for Dr. Doom from like Marvel?
No. It's I wish I could remember the guy's name. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can't find it.
That would be a cool idea, though, to take to like an Airbnb and have different symbols on it for like a free thing. So when they spin it, or maybe like a hotel, you get like a free night, or you get a free cup of coffee or whatever.
Yeah, like have a themed like little contest wheel or whatever, instead of just a wheel, have like a themed one or something.
It's called the Wheel of Doom, and it's from Ryan Tran. He's the guy that's using this. And it's on Maker's World.
Does it spin relatively easily?
Yep. Without any kind of problem at all. I didn't use his picture, but there's a real nice picture of it, shows it all together. I can't give you the link because I don't have the authority.
That's still cool, though. So the wheel at the bottom, does it spin too, or is it only the one with the arrow on it?
The wheel at the bottom, what happened is they redesigned the wheel. So I printed both the old wheel and the new wheel, and my daughter could pick the one that she wants to put in its place.
Gotcha.
All right, we're going to see a whole bunch of pictures real fast. It's not your iPad freaking out.
I'm sorry, Lynn. I didn't know.
Yeah, it does in alphabetical order. So, yeah, my camera shoots out all kinds of crazy numbers or whatever whenever I take a picture. So I don't know how it got misordered there.
That's why I renamed them when I submit them.
You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and they all
0, 1, 0. Yep.
Oh, it looks like Mark tried to do some of that as well.
Well, Gabe, when you only put 4 pictures in, it's not hard.
Oh, it is hard when I have to count past 10. Oh,
you have to
past
take
9. When I get to 10, double digits, now it's confusing for me.
All right, I won't make fun of that because that sounds like a dyslexic thing.
So see, this is what it looks like on my side. There's one there, and then he's all the way at the end, so I had to skip through.
What was funny is when you sped through them, it was like Pikachu was in an action movie because he kept.
It looked like a flip book. Huh? Let's try that again. It's a flip book of Pikachu.
That's what I was going to say. The next time somebody sends something in, make it toward like it's running. That way we at least have some animation with it.
Yes, somebody try to do the flip book 3D print claymation thing.
A stop animation movie?
Yeah, like a stop animation thing.
It looks like Pikachu's trying to drag his butt across the carpet like a dog.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the picture yet, so I can't comment.
This was after
maybe he's itchy.
This is after he drank the IPA bottle sitting next to him.
Let me refresh my YouTube. Hang on.
That's a pretty good sized Pikachu.
Yeah, it's huge.
I'm stuck in the middle of an ad here. Hang on. All right. That's a life-size Pikachu. When it was all said and done, it's the actual size that Pikachu would be in real life.
How much filament did it take to print that?
I want to say maybe 3/4 of a roll of the yellow.
It's not that bad.
No, that's not bad.
I don't know for how big it is.
Is that still 15% infill, or did you lower it?
No, it's still the it's heavy. It's 15%. I made it so that if he dropped it, chances on it surviving would be a lot better.
Right.
And if you look at it, that's all in parts. The head comes off of the body. You can see the seam. The butt is where the tail connects. That's also separate. And then the tail itself is separate, where it's got two pieces, one being a, that joint there, and then just down below it on the butt.
Dovetail.
Yep. And then just down below it on the butt, there's another one that slides into it. So technically that can all come apart and they all just snap together. The pieces on the back, there's the orange piece and the black piece. The orange piece slides into the black piece slides into the body. I actually glued those in because they were a little too loose for my liking. And the black parts on the ear, the tips of the ear that are black, those just snap onto the ear.
You could fill those seams if you know the little filament that it prints, the flow test or whatever before it prints. If you save those and you get a soldering iron with a shovel nose on it, you can put that those filament test strips in there and then melt the PLA with the soldering iron and fill in those seams.
Yep, you could. I mean, it came out looking halfway decent, so.
No, it looks great.
And that's roughly a day's worth of print.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
And to try to show you the size, besides the rubbing alcohol, he's sitting on my Ender 3 S1 Pro.
Yeah, that thing's huge.
Is there a link to that Pikachu? But my
Yes.
brother-in-law would love one.
But I can't.
Is it a subscription?
I think the description tells you who it is. I don't know if Dr. Doohickey or Hotfix could find it and post it.
Try it now, Mark.
Hang on a sec. Thank you, Len.
Now you have to ban somebody.
I guess I got to ban myself because of the way I sent you the pictures.
Well, so why don't you ban me and I'll ban you?
And then Lane can unban both of us.
Exactly. That way it's not self-inflicted. No, we meet the requirements.
That's hilarious.
That's my grandson's name, and that's just a wall art kind of thing where my daughter can put it up on, his door to his room or next to his door on the wall.
Yeah, just use command strips and stick it to the wall.
And let me find that one for you.
Are these from the same maker?
I don't think so. Let me look. No, two different people.
I don't know Pokemon well enough to know who this one is. I just know who Pikachu is.
That's Stitch.
From Lilo Stitch.
Oh, see, that's
Not
how much I know. Not even Pokemon.
There he is. That's a light box. So Stitch is just on the top of the base, and you can run your LED light strip or whatever you want to put inside of it, and the light will shine through him.
Pretty cool.
Is that a carbon fiber box? Because the texture on it look okay.
Nope. The texture that you're seeing is my BQ CryoGrip Pro Frostbite plate.
No, I'm talking about the outer walls. It looked like it's either fuzzy skin or you're using. Did you use fuzzy skin on it?
Nope.
Okay, it just looked like it had a texture.
That's just the way it, the print itself prints. So I don't know if I'd have to check it. Maybe he did use fuzzy skin.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it has like a little texture, but it could be the print on a 4-foot wide TV being blown up 50x might be doing that too.
I mean, I don't remember clicking fuzzy skin, but it's a.
But it might have been on the profile already.
Yeah. It's a 3MF file, so it might have just been part of it.
Yeah, it might have been part of the project. All right, let's see what's next. The orange in these ones looks really cool. It's like orange metal.
I'm still waiting for it to show up for me. I still got Stitch. Has it changed for you guys?
Yes. Yeah, we're looking at the, I guess, pumpkin.
There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That was kind of just a fun little print. I found that on Maker's World, and it was all black. There was no color to it. So I just took the the model and put the orange, which is actually a brass.
It's a silk?
A silk brass, which look, as you can see, orange.
Yeah, it looks really good. Which brand is that?
Sunlu. It was a Sunlu silk filament, brass. But brass color.
Huh.
And then I just did, you know, the orange stem. And when I did the face, the eyes were also orange, and I didn't like the way it looked, the model, so I went back in and I just put the black back into the eyes. And then not bad. I want to say they're about 3 inches, but I'm definitely going to blow it up. I like the way they came out, so I'm going to try to blow it up like 300% and see, you know, see how I can get it to print that way, so I'll have one nice centerpiece.
That definitely looks better with the black eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that orange or brass or whatever it's called. It looks really cool.
Is it brass or copper?
Copper, maybe? I don't know.
Because I'm just looking at the Sunlu, but I'm looking on Amazon, and I don't see brass. I see copper. I was just going to put it on my list so I can get it later.
Yeah, this is the hot color for Halloween for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's brass. Sunlu silk 3D filament brass. I can give you the number that they have. It's an X number if you want it.
Hey, if you don't mind putting on the chat, that would be great.
Yeah.
All right, and I think that's the last one, and then we're back to the doctor or the Doomsday briefcase, right? Yep.
Yeah, I found it on their website. So silk brass, I found it on the website. That apparently they don't have it on Amazon.
Yeah,
And
that's
I get all
a really
mines
good
from,
color.
When I buy mines, I buy their little you know, their bulk packs.
Their 10 pack or whatever.
So you might get 4, you might get 8, depending on what bulk pack you get. And it was in part of the bulk pack. I put their number in chat for you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for sending those in, Mark. Appreciate that. Next.
I mean, the toughest part of all day doing this was the Pikachu took up all my time.
Oh, but it looks really good.
Yeah, they all turned out great. All right, next on the list, last but not least, Hot Fix, and we see the soda can right away. So tell us, these are dolphins, right? Not sharks. These are dolphins, right?
These are dolphins. Yep.
Is that a printed can?
No, I know Doc made me one a while ago, and I've never gotten around to printing it, but I need to. It's like the only time I think I need it is when I'm going to take all the pictures. The rest of the time, I always forget. But yeah, this is it's been a while since I made some miniatures, and I wanted to get back into it. And that blue gray, which I know, Lynn, that's your favorite. That's kind of just spoke to me, the dolphin. So there's a really good person on. I'm going to pull them up real quick. They post very, you know, like Zao 3D is one that I think a lot of us know from, but you have from models like that, but you have to be Patreon, right? There's another person, I'm pulling them up now just to share them because I really love what they do. Give me 1 second. Let's go to 3D models. They've done, yep, got them. They do like Zao 3D quality models. Putting in chat right now. This artist, Saber 3D, and I just really like their models. It's printed 0.16 millimeter layer height, 3 walls, inner, outer, inner. I slowed the outer walls down to like 50 or 60 millimeters per second because I wanted that slightly shiny look from PLA Basic. This is all bamboo PLA Basic. So I just really liked them. I wanted to get back into printing out some more miniatures and handing them out to people just for fun.
Yeah, these are cool. You need to make one of those big old bins like we saw from Robert's Adventures the other day with all those miniatures.
This is how Hotfix burns all through his filament. Please give me money.
Motion at your floodlight cam.
Nope, know what that was.
That was my phone. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Like Alexa just went crazy on somebody's line.
Like floodlight cam, I feel like I'm called out. But the only thing I didn't like about this model, I didn't catch it till after I printed, was I would have preferred like the bottom jaw to be white all the way across. I'm kind of anal retentive when it comes to stuff like that, but this was okay anyway. It turned out, for a free model, I didn't have to do much tweaking to. This was awesome.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's a little thing, and they have a spotted dolphin, so if you want a dolphin with little spots on it, instead, you could print that. I thought that was, like the Loch Ness Monsters I did a couple weeks ago when I included those for my son's 9th birthday goodie bag. This is the same person, so I really, if anybody's looking for some cute, quick, free prints to hand out to people, this is a really good artist to support, and I always give them a boost.
All right, let's see what's next. Yeah, it's a really cool model. Wow, this one, what is this black filament? And the translucent filament looks pretty interesting as well. Yeah, this is really cool.
I am on mute. So this guy named Print Start 3D, he's got a YouTube channel, and he said he's running a design contest. He has a $100 prize pool for whoever prints this model he designed, which you can get on things for free. I just linked to it in chat. So I encourage everybody to get in and try it. This was my take on it. He did kind of like a Skeletor version where the skull was gold and the robe was like purple black. But this is both of these are Flash Forge. They're Sparkle PLA, the Sparkle Black, and Sparkle Clear. I actually have a video of it on the turntable. The black I did regular PLA generic. I printed 230C and I slowed down the outer wall and top surface 50 millimeters per second to get that extra shine to it. But for the clear, I actually modified the filament profile and I slowed it down to 5 millimeters per second volumetric flow. So it wouldn't print any of it faster than really like 50 millimeters per second, right? Unfortunately, there's no way to say I want to print this filament really slow throughout the whole model, and this other filament I want to print it regular, but only make these speed changes. So that's how I got around it, was modifying the volumetric flow on the clear filament to really slow. It created a lot of poop, but that's to be expected when you're going from black to clear. I mean, you couldn't ask for a worse color transition. We want you to go from
the cheating on that.
No,
flushing thing.
And the other couple little tricks, obviously 3 walls, inner, outer, inner. But the other thing I did was I made sure that because there were supports for the skull, basically just in the front. I made sure that the interface layer was the clear PLA. So no matter where that touched the skull, it was always going to be clear. And I did that to make sure that it didn't try and use some of the black as supports for the skull, because I could just imagine myself trying to dig that out. but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks like very, very otherworldly, and I always want to try to get the clear PLAs and PETGs as clear as I can, but you have to print them hot and slow to do that. So I think that was a clever trick, though, modifying the filament profile for the clear stuff.
Yeah, it turned out great. I hope you win the contest.
Yeah, give it a shot. I'm just curious to see what this guy did. Again, I encourage anybody else who wants to maybe get in on the fun. I put the link to the designer on things. It's a really cool model, but he did it like a translucent gold yellow for the skull and a purple/black dual color silk for the robe. So his looks like Skeletor, but I went a different route. Anyway, I really like this one. I just like how it turned out. And those are both Flash Forge sparkle filaments. One's black, one's clear.
Yeah, that's like the space Skeletor right there, the intergalactic Skeletor.
Skeletor was cool. Digging supports out from underneath the chin was arduous.
I could only imagine.
A lot of patience. So this is a camping a light I got for camping that I sent a bunch of camping prints in last time. When you turn this on, this is where this lamp not turned on, and the very next picture is with it turned on, and the LED strips, they're like LED strips running up. Yeah, they are blinding. I have no idea on what F-bomb planet these people live on where they thought that this was a normal. It has 3 levels of brightness. It turns on the brightest, and you have to step it down, and by then you're already blind.
So it has the sun, nova, and supernova.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Except it starts off supernova, nova, then sun. Sun's the least annoying. So, but yeah. So what I did was I went and printed. I created my own diffuser for it, and I did one with a gyroid infill. Because I like that one, but my daughter said she didn't like seeing the pattern in there, so she wanted one all solid. I think that's the pure solid one, where it's all wall. And there's the one with the gyroid. Yeah, I think it's more fun, and I actually think it does a slightly better job diffusing it, but there's less walls. And I just basically went through, got out my calipers, and I did a giant cylinder, and then I did a giant negative cylinder in the middle. Then I split it in half, and I did like 6 or 7 iterations. I actually took a picture of those, where I was making sure did I have to shrink or I made sure it fit to the inner the clear cylinder. I made sure it fit, and then I made them as those little posts on the side. I made the 2 pieces thick enough. Whoop, I got a commercial. I made them thick enough so it fit just between the clear cylinder and the yellow posts. So as you put the 2 halves on both sides of the clear cylinder, and you just rotate them slightly, and being slightly off center actually kind of locks them in. So like you don't need to glue them in or tape them in or anything. You literally just are using the tension between the printed model and those yellow posts. It worked perfect. So I was very pleased with that, and that's my level of skill is going in. I feel like I do painting like in MS Paint, right? I do it like the most hard way possible, but it worked.
Yeah, to make this infusion, I could make one rectangle and place one dimension and make the same thing.
Okay. I just did a big cylinder with a big cylinder negative, and I just tweaked the size.
I wouldn't even do a cylinder. I would just do a rectangle and make the same thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you go to the next picture, you'll see where I started off with just very thin. I was just, anybody who's curious, I like showing my kids how I iterate. So yeah, I started really small, really thin, and by about the third one, I had the diameter just dialed in, and then I started getting thicker and thicker till I got about to the 6th one. As I think I dialed it in, and then I ended up doing the one, like I said, with gyroid. I did 2 halves with gyroid. My daughter didn't like it, so I did another one, 2 halves, all solid. So we took that camping, and it was still bright as holy hell. It is like, I'm going to go on Amazon and be like, who the hell would take a lamp? I mean, if you were like about to get jumped by a bunch of people, I could see, like, it reminds me of
the emergency beacon or something. You should have put like a Batman symbol on here so you could have put that into the sky.
It could act as a lighthouse. Yeah. No, I don't know if you guys remember the old movie Goonies, but they had the guy Data who had the bully blinders. He pops out those little blinding lights that blinds everybody. That's what this was like. It was insane. So I just, I was just sharing people how I did it. On Maker, I'm not. Every time I go in Fusion 360, I start kind of like poking around, but I just always feel overwhelmed. And I know Doc tried to walk me through some stuff and he helped, but I don't do it enough. And so I haven't touched it in at least 6 months. And every time I try to go back in, I just feel overwhelmed.
So recently I learned about this thing that has made stuff so much easier, because I used to build things like this and make a little circle and then extrude it out and then make another little circle and shell that out and all of that. And then I learned this tool called Revolve. And you just make the side profile and then you just distance that from the center point of whatever you want to be, and then just click a button and it just makes the whole thing. It's so much easier. So ever since I learned that one, everywhere where I could see where the revolve tool, I'm just like, that's just a rectangle and you just revolve it. It's super easy. You don't even have to make the circles and do all the dumb stuff anymore. You just make a little square and then you're done. So yeah, that's, again, once you get past the learning curve in Fusion, it is so much better because you can just make anything. It's awesome.
And I also look at Shaper 3D, I look at Tinkercad, and I'm like, oh, I sort of get this, and I keep going down different rabbit holes. I really just need to pick one and stick to it.
Yeah, you got to pick one and just stick to it, and then just force yourself to make something and figure out all the stupid little quirky things. They all have their own little quirky things, and just figure out what it takes to get through those things. Because then you can look at things like this in like 30 seconds. I could make this in literally 30 seconds. I would open Fusion right now, but I have it open on another computer and it'll make me do all of that nonsense. But literally 30 seconds I could make this. But a year ago, it would have taken me 2 hours, and it would not have been efficient for me to do it that way. It would have been more efficient to just make what are they called, primitive object or whatever in Bamboo Studio and do all of that. But now I would make the square, but before I made the square, I would make user parameters for how thick I wanted this wall to be, how the radius of this, and then I could just go into the parameters and change it, and it would change the whole thing without me having to remodel it in different sizes or whatever. But like, again, a year ago, there's no way I would have been able to do that, but I just forced myself through a lot of pain in Fusion 360 and got through it. And now stuff like this is like, I would be even cute with it and start putting chamfers and all kinds of stuff on this and knurling, and you start getting real cute with it or whatever. You can model this gyroid in there and stuff like that. So yeah, pick one and just stick with it, because doing things like this you can do to a wider scale. Like, say if your light switch cover broke, I could model and print that before you could go to Home Depot and back. It would be done printing, modeled and printed.
I almost feel like I need like an immersion class where like you just take a week off of work and I sit down that week. I'm just going to go, 6-7 hours a day through class and going through different methods. And I just need like an immersion thing. I need to be forced to do
one channel to watch. They do speed modeling on here, but you watch these folks do this stuff, and I learned tricks from them. And they do different CAD software like CATIA, SolidWorks, Fusion. But check out this dude, Too Tall Toby. And he has a website with like practice models, so you can practice like getting better or whatever. But I watch his live streams, and he does like these. Each two people get the same model, and whoever can model it and then tell them how much the weight of it is or whatever from their CAD software and gets it correctly wins. And he's going through like this bracket or whatever. But you learn a lot of tricks watching these people model, and these guys that are doing it really, really fast. You'll learn a lot from them. But that's the one that I watch a lot for learning stuff in CAD and getting different perspectives on how to do stuff. But check Too Tall Toby out if you're doing some CAD stuff. It's really neat.
Thank you. I just subscribed to him, and I'll start checking them out later. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but yeah, just find one and jump into it. SolidWorks, whatever it happens to be. Fusion, I have a CNC machine too, and I do stuff with that in Fusion, so it's multi-purpose for me. So the several $100s a year it is kind of makes up for it since it's multi-use. But yeah, Tinkercad and the rest of them are pretty good as well. But just pick one, and then yeah, it starts to become easier and easier to model the things, the everyday things in life that you need. You can just model them in 30 seconds and spit them out.
I will definitely check that out. Thank you. So this next one, I actually bought these at the end of last year through Bamboo's website. I don't know if you can even find them on there anymore, which has me concerned. But and if you look, there's the box in the back, and they advertise Bamboo, Creality, Anycubic, and they even reference a website on the macaron or whatever you call it, cardboard box. And that website doesn't exist. So I'm like, but basically you get the lenses, which they claimed at the time were polarized, which now I'm like, are they? They give you a couple of screws, and they give you a nose pads, but you basically 3D print these glasses. And the model that they have on Make the World is the lens, the glasses are too big because the lens just kind of like float around in there. Somebody else made a 99% size remix. They did a couple other tweaks. So the ones that are not, they're not being used, those are like the 100% model, where the lens is literally just like rattled around. So, and then it wasn't until we were about ready to go on camping that I realized that the sunglasses front was really flat. And I started playing around with the torch. And on the other ones, if you just melt the nose bridge a little bit, like the part between the two glasses, you slightly bend the glasses, and they fit your face a lot better. But I did both of these on prismatic plates. You can see that one here in this picture really good, where the stars are on there. This is Zero's dark green translucent glitter filament, which I think turned out really good. Again, 50 millimeters per second, outer wall and top surface and bottom surface. And the other one was Flash Forge's high speed PLA gold, because my daughter's obsessed with gold. But they both got to pick which prismatic plate I printed them on. Yeah, I made that so they had sunglasses to wear when we went camping, and of course they didn't wear them the whole time, but the thought was there. But,
those are cool. Those are really cool.
So I'm gonna try to take the glasses they have, and I'm gonna lightly heat them, because the two that were too big, I used a gun on those to bend them a little bit. You can't see it in the picture very well, but one of them I bent really well without warping the glasses, and the other ones I kind of like I went a little too heavy with the heat and kind of melted the glasses a little bit. Not that you can't reprint them, but anyway, it was just fun. You make your own 3D print your own sunglasses, whatever color you want, whatever plate finish you want. I just thought it was fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool.
I was just looking on Bamboo's store, and I don't see either my searching capability is crap at midnight, or they don't sell them anymore. But anyway.
This is exactly the way that I think 3D printing is going. Is you're no longer going to buy something like you're not going to go to I don't know, any store and buy something that's completely together. You're going to buy parts, and then you're going to get access to a file that you download and can keep forever, and print out the rest of it, and then just put it together. Think of how much money that's going to save companies.
Oh yeah, I've been making a conscious effort that if I'm buying something that's plastic, I'm like, dummy. Why are you spending money on anything plastic when you got rolls and rolls of it down there? So I try to, I think you're right. And I'm already starting to think of that, anything plastic or any like a light switch cover. And the reason that I mentioned that is one of those broke on me the other day. And I did exactly that. Went into Fusion, modeled it out, and hit print, and it was done in like 30 minutes, and it cost like 23 cents or something like that. And it looks exactly like the one that was on there before. And so I totally agree with you. And that's the way I think of it now, is like, I won't even go get a light cover switch or an outlet. If one of my outlet covers breaks, it's going to be 30 seconds in Fusion and hit the print button. And I'll have that. But I agree with you. And then even things that like break, I had a automatic deadbolt lock or whatever, and a little gear in it broke, and it was a piece of plastic. And I just did an internet search, and sure enough, somebody had already, and I could have modeled it out in Fusion, but somebody had already modeled it out, and I was able to print it, and it fixed it, and that thing works. So like, I agree with you. And I've even started to make the conscious thing, like, if I'm about to spend money on plastic, I'm going to see if I can print it out with the plastic that I already spent money on. So I totally agree with you.
I had a lady who contacted me. She saw my booth and then grabbed one of my business cards, and she goes, "I have an RV." And I'm like, "Oh my Lord." And she's like, "I broke one of the plastic fixtures that holds the light in to the ceiling." I'm like, "Okay." She goes, "Can you 3D print one?" And I'm like, "Do you have a good one that isn't broke that you can give me for a day or two so I can remodel it?" She goes, "Yeah." So I got it, remodeled it, printed out 6 of them, and sold it to her for $20 for all 6 of them. And she goes, "You saved my life. These things, either I can't find them, or the one place I did find wanted $100 to replace one." And I gave her 6 of them for $20.
Yeah, it comes in handy so often.
The story I tell people when they sneer at me when I tell them in 3D printing, I tell them inside my car engine's compartment, the dishwasher, the windshield washer fluid container, the pin that holds it to the sidewall broke. And I went on Subaru's website, and I could buy a 10-pack for like $15, and then I had to pay $20 shipping to get it here in a week. So like $23 to get a replacement part, and I had to wait like a week or two, right? And I went on Maker World or Printables or something, and I found the exact clip that I needed, and I printed it out of polycarbonate. And 20 minutes later, or not 20 minutes, probably about an hour later, because I had to heat the chamber, but I had the clip and I was all done. See, it's like people say, when you get solar power in your house, you have to retrain yourself to use the solar power efficiently. Like, instead of running your dishwasher in the middle of the night when power from the grid is lowest cost, you want to run your dishwasher during the middle of the day when the sun's out, right? So you have to retrain your brain to think about how to, I don't need to go on Amazon and buy that. I can print that. So, sorry, my little diatribe.
Yep. I've done it with IKEA. I got an IKEA shelf, and it didn't come with enough of those little tabs to make the shelves, like a bookcase. So I just modeled one and 3D printed like 4 or 5 of them and fixed it.
Yeah, it's so handy. It's so handy to have a 3D printer, and then to be able to just model things and then just spit them out is super handy as well. However you do it. Even if it's primitive shapes in Bamboo Studio, you're still modeling stuff and printing it out.
That little gerbil's cool, or mouse, or whatever it is.
Sorry, I was on mute. I don't realized that. This is a guinea pig, and my girlfriend's daughter's guinea pig named Jake Flower passed away this week, and she was really upset by it. So I got my girlfriend to send me a picture, and I did my best to hand paint this in Bamboo Studio, and I printed it off. I would have normally printed more, but I had a timeline to finish it. So I only had enough time to do 2. So I had a lot of filament waste for 2 models, but this is as close as I can get this little guy from a picture. So when next time she sees her daughter, she's going to give it to her so she can remember her pet.
That's really cool.
Plus, it's a fun little articulated model, regardless. But still, yeah, there was all the poop. I'm not happy about that, but I would have printed an army of these little guys, but there just wasn't time, sadly. But it actually is a really good model, and the head kind of snaps on, which is, I'm not used to that, so that was neat.
Yeah, it's like a bobblehead. I think that's how they're attached with one of those.
Yep, it's a socket. Yep.
Socket joint. I forget what the cool engineering name is for that.
These unfortunately don't like articulate up and down. All you can do is twist it left and right, but it's still fun. But then the front and the back moves, and then the little legs inside the rear end move. So that's different. Most of them have like 3 segments. This one was 2 segments ahead, and then the legs in the 3rd segment move, which is really different.
Oh, wow.
So this is the bowl. I printed a version of this a couple weeks back, but I got this brand new translucent blue-purple PETG, and I had a little fun with this one on the surface finish, the top and bottom surfaces. And I took this with us when we went camping, and I put a whole bunch of fidget spinners in this, and I kind of had that on the camp, the common area where people could come and grab whatever fidget spinners they wanted. But I was like, you can have anything you want except the bowl. I'm taking the bowl home. But this is one of those, I like in Make World, you can make a vase. Mm-hmm. Somebody had made a bowl version of that, and then they linked, the way they post the profile, you could click theirs and customize it even further, and I did. So yeah, I just used concentric, which, given how the ribbing works inside or on the outer walls, it does a really interesting pattern. So I did concentric for the, I believe, top and bottom surface. The bottom might have been an octagram spiral, but I just really like playing with the surface, top and bottom surfaces. And it's a really nice PETG. Yeah, okay, I did do concentric for the bottom as well, but I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, that's a cool little bowl, and I like the filament as well. It's a cool color combination.
Yeah, parametric models are so fun to play with because you can just change one little thing and it changes the entire model.
Yeah. That's the beauty of Fusion too, right? Is it's supposed to be the most like parametric or whatever. And with parameters and all of that, you can do all kinds of craziness. Really, really cool. Well, all right, we are running a little over 2.5 hours. Super long stream tonight. Hopefully everybody's still awake, especially Ed there on the East Coast, and Mark as well.
I'm still here.
Yeah, everybody's still here. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's already Sunday. Well, that's all the photos that we have for this evening. Appreciate everybody watching and everybody smashing the like button. And I'll see everybody tomorrow on the video and next week on the live stream. Yep.
Hey, Lynn, I did one question real quick. I posted it very early on in the chat. So on my X1 Carbon, how the screen tilts up and down, right? Mm-hmm. The little LCD screen. Mine only works when I have it tilted all the way up. Anytime I tilt it any grade down, the screen cuts off. I was wondering if anybody else had experience with that. I think it's probably like the ribbon cable is dying and I need to get a new one. But
or a loose wire or something. And I don't think it's that hard to get that little guy off, to be honest. I think you got to take the top glass off. And I think like right behind there is, if I remember correctly, there's like some screws or something that you take off on the lip there and you can get right to all of that stuff. And it's probably just that ribbon cable is loose. I bet if you just go in there and look at it, you can plug it in. And I think a replacement screen, if it is the screen and you have to replace the whole thing, is like $40. So it's not horrible.
Oh, I was thinking it was gonna be like $100.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that much. But I bet you it's just a loose ribbon cable or a loose wire. If you just go in there and dig around, I bet you'll figure it out.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me. Go ahead.
I think the screen is more expensive than that.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think it's like $90.
Yeah, just print one.
It sounds more to me though, the way he's saying it is that he's probably just going to reseat his ribbon cable.
Ooh, it's $150.
There you go.
But look, the ribbon cable is $7, and it's probably and it's probably just loose on one of those ends. But yeah, if it's the screen, it's $150. But I doubt it's the screen because it wouldn't be working at all.
Exactly, I agree.
I bet it's either this cable, you need a new one, or the cable.
Or probably it's just just sit it in correctly.
It was at one point, but I flipped the screen up and down so many times. I'm sure I worked it free. But yeah, I see display connector flexible cable X1 is $6.99. Yep, I see it.
I would just order that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to order that in some of the PLA Tough Plus, but the PLA Tough Plus, they're doing the same thing they did before with their old PLA Tough, which they're not volume discounting it. And was it the Igor from My Tech Fund said that is the old Bamboo PLA Tough was the strongest PLA he's ever tested. He doesn't know why they discontinued it. And I said, I know why. They never bulk discounted it, so no one ever bought it. And they're doing it again with the PLA Tough Plus, the PLA Tough Plus. Mm-hmm. Sorry, that's my little rant for Bamboo and their weird. So this filament over here, we're going to do bulk discount. But this filament over here, we're not. I just don't get that.
It's not the ones that are not on that street in Shenzhen are not bulk discount.
Yeah, right. That's on the 5th floor, not the 4th floor. All right. Thanks for letting me hijack.
But before you buy the cable, I would definitely say slide your screen off. I mean, you only had to slide it one way to lock it in place. Slide the screen off and just check and see if that worked itself loose and reset it, or take it out and reseat it.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard to get that thing on and off, so I would just go check. It's probably a loose cable.
All right. I appreciate y'all.
Or just don't touch the screen. If it's working out, just
don't touch it. Don't fix what ain't completely broke.
It.
Well, their free shipping is like, what, $80 now threshold?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to try and bulk buy some filament, but Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the advice.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. See you tomorrow and next weekend.
See you later. And don't forget to let us know what happens with the screen if you decide to mess around with it.
Yep.
Oh, I will absolutely tell you my pain. All right, guys.
All right, bye.
Later.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.